Morning, how's it going today? Race week, a couple of days left until the 100 miler. Today is Tuesday, 100 miler begins on Saturday. So big stuff today, big stuff. Spent the last couple of weeks just resting and just doing a couple of light runs. And today, just figured let's go through what gear I'm going to be taking for this whole entire adventure. So let's get into it. Alright, first things first, we need a pack to put everything in. So this is a 15 litre pack I picked up a couple of months ago. Nice and light, got plenty of storage space in it, so that's what I'm going to be racing in. And yeah, nice and comfortable, plenty of room for snacks and everything. Got the loops at the front for the poles, and I can go into detail in what pack I've got later on if you're interested. It's a different type of pack I picked up from Decathlon. Relatively cheap actually compared to some of the extortionate prices the bigger companies are charging now. So we'll see how that gets on over the 100 miles. Poles wise, yep, carrying the old three-stage poles. Fantastic little bit of kit. They will help prolong my legs on the long uphills and support me when I'm exhausted, because it's going to happen. Hydration wise, I've got two Ultimate Direction 500 ml soft flasks with I've modified them and added straws on because I hate having to crane my neck to get some water. So they will be filled with Tailwind Orange, 200 calories in each one, so 2 scoops of Tailwind in each one. They'll be up front in these front pouches, sure. In the back of my pack, I'm going to be carrying Life Straw Flex. This is 650 mils, and this is just a bit of insurance. If I run out of fluids in these two, I've got a means of filtering water out of any sort of horrible creek that I find. Nice thing about this new filter, I'll go into this a bit more detail in another video, is if I do choose to take the bladder, I can put this in line with a water bladder and it'll filter all the water for me that comes out of my bladder. So it's a very versatile bit of kit there. And 650 mils too. It's going to hold plenty of water there. So that's going to be in the back of my pack. Nutrition. I'm going to be taking various snacks here. I don't have them all here. I'm going to be buying some more this week. But I'm going to be keeping away from the gels and things like that because I find they do give me a bit of a dicky stomach. So I'm going to be sticking to the decent whole food type snack bars. And I've got a bit of energy tap there. That's a caffeine one. And sea salted maple, so that'll be lovely for later on in the race. I've got a load of ginger chews just in case the stomach decides to play up. I also have a load in my drop bags too. I'm going to go through drop bags next. Roctane tablets. They're basically salt caps. They contain salt, potassium and magnesium and maybe something else, maybe zinc too. If I remember correctly, I can find out the exact amounts and I'll put them in the description below for you. Moving on around the table, we have a rain jacket and some arm sleeves. Of course, in the mountains, you never know what the weather's going to throw at you. So I know the weather for the weekend is meant to be nice and warm, 26 and 28, and then 8 degrees in the night time. So this should be all that's needed. It's a full rain jacket. So this will do for a windbreaker and a rain jacket at the same time. During the day, if I do find myself getting hot, these are arm sleeves. These are cooling ones, so they'll keep the sun off my arms and save me having to put too much sunscreen on. I can just use these to keep the sun off, keep myself cool. Talking about sunscreen, I'm going to be carrying sunscreen, not in this container, but I'll be carrying a smaller container of this for the whole race. Of course, got to look after the skin. Going on to the old safety and survival type gear, I'm going to be carrying my Swiss Army knife and my lighter, of course. Always carry those. Bit of insurance as well. I'm taking a small mini ferro rod. Doesn't weigh a lot and it's worth its weight in gold if I ever need it. Survival blanket. That's a big double survival blanket. Can double up as a shelter if I need it to. Survival blanket, and it's reflective as well on the one side, so I can always use that to try and signal help and yeah, basically keep myself out of the cack. I've got some decent solid cordage here. I've got 12 feet of it, so I can use that to hang that up if I need to, or I can use that to fix my pack. I can use that to fix my laces on my shoes. Lots of different things for that. Got some duct tape wrapped around a card. That, again, can fix shoes, fix holes in things, patch up things. Use that to band-aid cuts if I run out of band-aids. Going on to band-aids, I got a little mini first aid kit, band-aids, blister packs, bug bite wipes, just a little first aid kit just to keep me going. Not going for days on end, but it's long enough. In this one here I have spare batteries, a spare bolt for my GoPro, polyspawn, and some wet wipes. Of course we don't know what the wet wipes are for, just in case you need them to wipe stuff. Okay, trusty hat. Always bad decisions make good stories all the time. Yeah, this hat's coming with me. It's going to keep the sun off my head the whole time. Like I said, daytime temperatures 26 to 28 degrees the whole weekend, so it's going to be a little toasty. So this is going to keep the sun off my head, and if it does rain at all, it's going to keep the rain off my head too. Sunglasses. Watch wise, I'm taking my Sunto Spartan trainer with me. I know it hasn't got a battery life to last the whole time we're out there, so I'm also going to be carrying a battery pack with its charger as well, which once it gets to about 50% I'll probably plug this in and it'll charge as I run. So it's a good way to extend your battery life if you can't afford one of these extortionate bloody watches these days. They want like $1 million for. Bear safety, I'm running with Anthony tomorrow. You all know Anthony from my channel. Check out his channel actually, he's got a couple of videos up now. He's Ultra Adventures. I'll put his link in the description below. He's just documented a few of his training sessions there. But he's going to be carrying the bear spray, so I opted for bear bangers. So I'm going to be carrying 4 of these. These are bear bangers, that's bear flares. Great for keeping the old bears away. Plus, they're a good way of signaling for help as well. If somebody breaks a leg in the middle of nowhere, I can signal for help. I'm going to be carrying 4 of these flares with me, just in case. Got my main flashlight here. It takes the 3 AAA batteries, so I've got spare batteries. If that goes for a poo, I'm taking an ultra light. I'm bringing an ultra light one as well. That'll last 2 hours, so I'll be switching it on and off. And just enough to get me to an aid station where I can try and source another flashlight to last me the rest of the race if need be. GoPro, of course, I am going to be vlogging this whole entire experience. You're going to see me dying, you're going to see me just hating life and hating running, and probably say I'm never going to run ever again. It's all going to be on here. Of course, spare memory card. That's right in here as well. I'm going to be carrying spare batteries, but they're going to be in my drop bags. I'm going to go into drop bags right now. In this 100 miler, the Sinister 7, there's going to be 4 transition areas where you can put drop bags. 2 of those are double transition areas, so you pass through them twice. So me and Anthony have opted to pretty much put a drop bag at both of those. So we're putting one at transition area 2 and 3, which we estimate could be our halfway point and going into the night time. And we're going to also put a drop bag at 5 and 6, which is getting towards the hardest areas of the race, which are towards the end. So this is basically what I'm going to be packing in each of my drop bags. There are going to be a few more snacks in each one too, just to restock. And also a shaker bottle too for the protein. So on this side of the table we have transition area 5 and 6. On this side of the table we have transition areas 2 and 3. So on 2 and 3 we're going into the night time. So I've got an extra warm layer I'm going to be picking up, putting straight in the bag, and a set of gloves just in case it gets cold. I'm going to be depleted at that point, so we're going to want the extra warm layer just to survive the night. Change of socks. I'm wearing toe socks through the whole time, so change of socks is going to be done. And to go with the change of socks, Both bags have foot powder. This is a bag of foot powder, so pretty much I can put my foot straight into here, slosh it around, and there you go. I'm not getting foot powder on everything, and I'm coating my foot in foot powder and then changing my socks. Because your feet are going to be what's keeping you going in this race, and if you don't look after them, that's when you get blisters, you get sores, and yeah, you're then going to drop out. So put the feet in there, dry them off, fresh pair of socks. Not changing shoes at this point. If I do get wet at all, I've got a spare t-shirt, and if the same with my calf sleeves, I've got a spare set of calf sleeves too, just in case. I don't aim on changing those. I'm going to leave the same calf sleeves on for the whole race, ideally, and just change the bottom half. These are quicker to put on than to deal with the entire calf sleeve type thing. If the toe socks aren't working out for me, I do have normal socks too. Options. Give myself options at that point. Could be having aches and pains and cramps at that point, so I've got some muscle rub, extra strong Voltaren, and any extra pains, I'm going to have some of these in both of the packs, some Advil, ibuprofen. I don't usually pop tablets, so these will hit me pretty good. I got some extra baby wipes, just to freshen up, clean the areas that are getting lots of friction and clean them up. There's also going to be Vaseline in both of these as well, which I don't have here right now. Extra ginger chews for the stomach, of course. I have a spare battery for the GoPro. And some protein. Pop some protein just before the night time, just to give yourself some extra energy and keep the muscles flowing. And that has branched chain amino acids in as well, so that'd be a little bit of a boost for the night time. So that's pretty much what everything that's going in. That's in transition area 2 and 3's bag. Moving on to transition area 5 and 6's bag. As you can see here, it's similar sort of stuff as to what's in the first bag. Muscle rub, spare battery, ginger chews. I've got extra Roctane tablets in here because I'm expecting to be out by then. By the time I get to this point, this is the only gel I'm taking with me. This is just an emergency one for later on. I probably won't even pop this because it does give me a dicky stomach. Oh yeah, both of these bags I'm also going to have extra Tailwind too. This is enough to fill up both my bottles. So that's Tailwind, and this is Tailwind as well. Of course, marked with yellow tape so I can't mix it up with anything else. Extra baby wipes too, foot powder. Yeah, the only thing different here, I've got an extra warm layer too, just in case anything gets wet. I've got extra warm layer, and if I deem it necessary and it's too hot, I might just change up from the rain jacket and just bring a lighter windbreaker, just in case. At this point here, we're getting to the point where feet are going to be extremely sore, and we're going to get into the hardest part of the race. And so change of socks again, and also a spare pair of shoes. We're going to have a change of shoes at this point too. We're going to go to the more padded Saucony Exodus at this point. I'm actually running most of the race in the Mad River TR2s. That's going to be what most of the race is going to be running, but once I get to transition area 5 and 6, I'm going to be changing over to the thicker ones because my feet are going to be in agony, and I'm going to want the thicker cushioning just to give me the extra boost. And these are nice thick lugs as well, because apparently one of the last and the biggest climbs, it can be very muddy and a bit treacherous if you don't have enough grip. So these are nice and grippy for that point. So the only thing I'm not missing here is just the extra snacks and shaker ball. So that is basically what I'm packing into my transition area drop bags. And as you can see, these are drop bags here. These are just little waterproof bags, easily identifiable. And I'm going to put some extra little sparkly things on there, make them easy to find. They're pink, so I'm hoping nobody else has got pink stuff. And yellow tape, that's going to be my daytime one. And I've got blue tape on the other one for the nighttime bag. And also this will be my race number, name, etc. Name, etc. And yeah, perfect. So that's my transition bags. How will my pack be set up? Well, let's start on the left hand side here. Okay, phone pouch will just hold my phone. That'll be in flight mode, so save battery. Main pouches on the front there. I've got my water bottles. These will both have tailwind in, 200 calories each. Bottom pouches will hold in my snacks. Both sides hold my Roctane tablets and also my earbuds when they're going in there too. I'll be keeping this little box in the back of my pack because this charges up my headphones as well, so that's good. Got a dog sneaking into the table right now. On the side loops at the start of the race, I'll probably have my running poles. I'm not starting with these out, I'll probably start with them in, and then once we hit the first big hill, I'll get them out and get rocking with these, save the legs. Sunscreen, that is going to live in this pouch here, along with Bear Banger, which isn't on there at the minute. Bear Banger will be facing down, because if it's facing up and you try and pull it out, boom, you can potentially shoot yourself in the face with the Bear Banger. I've seen it happen. Yes, not good. Makes a mess. So yeah, sunscreen will also be in there in a smaller container. Sunglasses live in there too, and that's pretty much the front of my pack. GoPro will be either stuck to one of these straps here, or they'll be on the side there, wherever I find it comfortable and least annoying. It'll probably change throughout the race. On the sides here, there's little side pouches on both sides. I'll have my arm sleeves at the beginning of the race. Once I hit transition at 2 and 3, probably number 3, I'll be grabbing my gloves. So my gloves will sit in one side and my arm sleeves in the other at that point. Moving on to the back. Nice stuff pouch here. I've got my rain jacket. Top pouch will have spare snacks. This is my toilet paper, my spare batteries, and yeah, plasters. That'll all be in there. And there'll be a few more extra snacks in there as well. Bottom pouch here will have my Swiss Army knife, my flashlights, and that's pretty much about it in that bottom bit. In the main part of the pack, I'll have my Life Straw water bottle. My warm gear will be in here as well. Once I pick up my warm sweater, that'll be living inside here as well. And then in this little zip pouch here, that is my emergency pouch, where I've got my reflective blanket, my duct tape and my cordage. So yeah, pretty much that is all that's going to be in there. My fleece hat will also be in the side here as well, ready for the night time as well. And then once nighttime hits, this will be folded up, strapped to the sides, strapped to one of the sides here. So I got these little straps here, so I'll be stuffing that right in there. So I won't need that at night, and I'll be putting them on my fleece hat, ready to rock. So that is pretty much how my pack is going to be packed for the rest of the race. For the entire race, I should say. Give or take a few little bits. So anyway, hey, thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful for you, and good luck with any races you have in the future. And any questions, queries or problems, just hey, give me a shout in the bottom.